Chief, and this is my friend Scouty. Scouty, why are we here?
Oh yes, I was going to teach you about Angora, the lowest species of the Covenant. They are generally used for cannon fodder. Their homeworld is Balaho, the one you're going to destroy. Happy face. Grunts are the lowest ranked species of the Covenant hierarchy. They are fierce rivals with jackals, who are also a smaller Covenant group, which they compete to prove themselves better and more skilled than the Angora. The higher-ranking races of the Covenant often ignore this. That unfortunately led to a grunt rebellion. They are often pressed into combat and manual labor. 2. Furthermore, they are typically poor and cowardly warriors, are physically diminutive, wear minimal armor, making them very vulnerable to ballistic weaponry, plus most of them are tactically inept. However, what they lack in ability they make up for with sheer numbers, as they breed in large numbers relatively quickly and are actually quite accurate with their plasma pistols and needlers. In some cases, a squad of grunts has been known to overpower careless marines, and the conflict on Harvest was started by an Angora named Yul tearing apart Private Osmo. Spec Ops grunts are far more tenacious than the lower-tiered ones, and have even been known to carry fuel rod guns and wear dark green armor, which makes them extremely dangerous foes. A Halo 2 Spec Ops grunt, they are unusual in the way that they breathe methane rather than oxygen. Their combat armor/harness has an integrated methane rebreather system, as grunts appear to be unable to survive long without methane due to asphyxiation, much like humans without oxygen. Yet in Halo 3, knocking the methane tank off of them by forcefully assassinating will still cause them to linger around for a long period of time. It may be a hindrance to the Angora's natural ability. 3. They act very stupidly and cowardly when in danger. They are the comic relief through most of the Halo series, as quite often they will say something completely unexpected, and to add to the humor they have high-pitched, squeaky voices, and are most popular with the Halo fans much more than any other Covenant species. With the IWHDYD skull activated, the sleeping ones can sometimes say, "Merry Christmas." There are many groups of grunt fans, which often come in small BungieNet fan clubs, and most likely think of grunts this way because of sympathy, due to the grunts' role as the weakling in the Halo series, or seeing their value as the comic relief role in the game, mostly because of their high-pitched voices. They're also known for their funny lines like, "Leader dead, run away," or, "Please enjoy my bright, blue walls. Are you still here?" Good. Grunts often have simple, easy-to-pronounce names, usually including repeated sounds. The most common names will start with a consonant, then a vowel, next a consonant, then the first and second letters repeated. For example, Dadab, Yeep. Other names are much simpler, consisting of a single vowel and 3 consonants. For example, Flynn. Some exceptions have occurred where the name will have more consonants than usual, although if the letters were not repeated, they would be the same as the first method of naming. For example, Quasis. Most grunt names are a combination of the same sounds, short A, short I, used as a consonant. The consonants D, F, L, K, S, and W as mentioned above. Grunts do not have family names. Instead, they identify themselves by famous ancestors, their homeworld, and where on that planet they lived. Grunts are the most commonly encountered enemy in the Halo series, and are lightly armored and lack any form of additional shielding. In battle, most weapons easily dispatch them. Weapons such as the M60 pistol and the R55 battle rifle are very effective in executing headshots and penetrating through their thin armor with 1 or 2 shots. Like many other unshielded enemies, a single headshot from any gun on any difficulty will kill them, though there are some guns that, for reasons unknown, cannot execute headshots. Grunts are also very easily killed with brief bursts of automatic fire from weapons such as the assault rifle, SMG, and the plasma rifle. If just out of melee range, the player may fire a quick burst. As the grunt reels from the hit, the player can melee the grunt. Some players prefer to melee grunts to death and save ammo for brutes, elites, and other shielded foe. Ultra grunts and special operations grunts have stronger body armor and can withstand more damage than lower-ranking grunts. Melee attacks generally kill grunts in 1 or 2 blows. They can prove to be stealthy choices of action when clearing out sleeping grunts, especially if you want to avoid detection. In Halo 3, an attack will sometimes blow off the flimsy cover of a grunt's methane tank and may rupture the tank inside. The respirator can also be knocked off, which is fatal after a certain amount of time. Even after the respirator has been knocked off, they will continue to fight. A leakage of methane gas can turn a situation perilous in the presence of a flame. Because grunts often fight in tight formations, grenades and rockets can be used to great effect. Spikers can also work to a great effect also, as can kill a grunt with a few shots. However, when stuck with plasma grenades, grunts will panic and start running in random directions, posing a threat to both the player and their allies. It may be heard that the grunt, when stuck by a plasma or spike grenade, he may yell, "No! Pull it off! Not again!" Or even, "Yeah." However, sticking them is particularly useful, as the stuck grunt will often run towards its comrades, decimating an entire squad at times. However, sometimes they may charge you, resulting in your demise. A suicide grunt, 17, also known as a Shamukas grunt, is like a berserk mode for the Angora in Halo 3. Occasionally, an Angor will hold 2 plasma grenades in each hand while screaming in rage and charge towards enemy forces. This is usually triggered by their leader being killed, usually in a brutal way such as sticking him with a grenade, and you can sometimes hear them scream, "For the great journey," or "Witness my beliefs." For the Covenant. Follow the light, my brothers. Please enjoy my bright blue walls. Help me stick you. Asterisk comes the haloz theme song asterisk. Rarely, I bet I can stick him. But most of the other noises consist of unintelligible suicide terrorist screams. Most of the intelligible words are the former quotes, seeming to indicate that they deeply believe and follow the prophets and the Covenant religion, but some of them are just for humor. Sometimes, some berserkers may not make a noise at all and stealth creep up on you without you knowing that they are there. This mode can be achieved by any Angor, so it is most likely parallel to the brute berserk mode, although brutes tend to go bloodthirsty while the grunts become suicidal, and the grunts don't do it nearly as often as brutes do. An odd thing about Chamuka's grunts is that when you throw a plasma grenade it lasts about 4 seconds. When Chamuka's grunts stick 2 plasma grenades to their hands they can last over 5 seconds. To see more Chamuka's grunts more often, activate the Skull's Famine and Tough Luck, as observed with one player's encounter with a whole swarm of them going suicide. A good way to deal with a swarm of these grunts is to kill one, and by the time next suicide grunt comes the fallen grenades will explode, killing that grunt and the rest of them.
Wow, that was quite a mouthful. There you have it. Now you know more about grunts. Next episodes are elites. Bye bye.
See you later at the elite episode.